So your dad's dad had a farm in Eula.
A pretty good one. Of course, you had to because I think he was. But Dad was next to the youngest.
Yeah. How many
I,
siblings did he have?
that's why I'm down the track. Yeah, I think he had 10 boys.
10.
Yeah,
Goodness. Used to
10
have
and
big families.
four girls. Now, my oldest daughter, that's the old fellow,
Yeah.
he fought with more than mom. So he was always better.
Okay.
Well, Paul fought more too. That's the difference between those.
Oh. Now, was he Army?
Dad
Yeah.
was a combat engineer, but he was heavy equipment operator.
Oh, okay. In the Army or what? Army. That's what I thought. That picture of him on the motorcycle on your desk, where was that at?
Belgium.
Belgium. Wow. Here, I can turn that. You got it?
Him and Archie. That's all it matters.
Arky?
Yeah, he was from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
They were the only two Southern engineers. The gays. And they were all.
So you come by it honest then. You come by getting in trouble honest then.
Yeah. Him and Archie got a photo. Now, he was chasing Northern Ireland.
Ooh, yeah.
They got a photo. Went into the
Belfast or somewhere?
Belfast.
Yeah.
And he swam to the outfit.
Yeah, there's a lot of swans around.
Well, I pulled out his pistol and got one.
Oh, no. Yeah, I bet he did get in trouble. Or was that a thing back then? Did they eat swans back then, or he just did it just for?
I did it.
Oh my gosh.
You're not arguing like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, did.
Yeah.
So next morning, first time you have them all around it.
Find out who done it.
Guys, who got his majesty's duck?
His Majesty's duck. Did he confess? Nope.
He knew he was in bed.
I bet. There's a duck in, I guess, England, Northumbria, called the cutty duck, and it's the eider duck. And St. Columba was the first person to ever protect a bird because they were killing them, and they have the warmest down like ever in the whole world. Yeah, the eider duck has the warmest down in the world. If you get a blanket, like a regular full-size blanket, it's like $1,000 or something. Yeah, but they pull the hair out of the down out of their chest, and that's what they make their nest out of for their eggs. But He was called St. Cuthbert, and so they call them cutty ducks, and they were protected. I think some of them can be shot. They shoot them up in Maine and stuff, but they were almost extinct, but they brought them back. I think that was in 600s.
Well, did you know that Scott had the first, no, like the mafia,
Yeah.
well, the Scots had the first
Gang?
gang.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the Grand Chief got started.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense.
But a lot of people don't know just how bad they were.
They don't know what? How bad it was? I thought the Irish were worse, the Irish gangs.
They were. But Scotland kind of refined it.
Refined it?
That's where Robert the Bruce.
Yeah.
Then the name the Outlaw King couldn't understand how to call that. Well, he really was.
He was an outlaw, yeah. He was doing good stuff, but against the king. So against the other guy or whatever.
The only reason Scotland is part of England now is because of James VI. He became James I of England.
Mm.
That's the only reason.
Yeah. Well, they had separated for a while, but then they have a new alliance as of a couple years ago. I'm glad you got the Western Channel. That's a good. That's a good station. I always liked the Rifleman.
Boy, isn't it fun?
Huh?
I tell you, shows were real corny.
Corny? Yeah. Better than some of the stuff they make us watch today. Or want us to watch. Corny's better than trash.
One of the sad fights about our first TV.
Yeah.
He could own up. Big tight.
I was going to say 2 or 3. With an antenna. Did it have rabbit ears?
Oh, yeah. Big out there.
Yeah.
Rabbit ears wasn't much out there.
I remember you only had a few stations when we were there.
Yeah.
We had to go outside, bless our little hearts.
Well, yeah. That was all hooked up and everything. Turned it on. Then Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke.
That became his favorite.
Well, heck yeah, I like Gunsmoke.
The other one was Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I like Twilight Zone too.
I'm a good.
Your mom didn't? Well, that makes sense. She's too sweet. Your mom was a sweet, sweet lady.
Mama. How very lady.
I'm sure she did, but she was always super sweet to us.
Well, dude, she was that way for everybody.
Yeah.
But that was her way of getting her way.
Oh. Attract more bees with honey? Attract more bees with honey? How did she get to be called Daisy Bee? Was her middle name Bee?
Her middle name was Bertha.
What? Bertha?
Bertha.
Bertha.
Daisy Bertha.
Right. So Daisy Bee.
Well, Daisy was my grandmother's favorite sister. Bertha was Grandpa's sister.
Oh, that's nice.
So the name was
Daisy Bertha. Well, that name sure suited her. Who were you named after? Anybody? No, just Donald Edward. What about Stan?
Yes, he was.
Who was he named after?
I don't know the middle name.
No? Just Stanley?
It's just Stan Martin. But Dad called him Butch.
Called him what?
Butch.
Butch. Why? You don't know? Who was he named after?
A distant cousin.
Oh, okay.
Mama named him.
Yeah.
Stan was conniving.
How so?
He was. He was conniving about everything he did.
Yeah. I remember you plowing the fields out there every year. What was in those fields? Was it wheat or hay or what?
Time did not even.
I know you did. I remember. But what was it?
Hey, Jay.
Hay for the cattle and the horses and stuff. Did your mom always have guineas out there?
Yeah.
I thought she did. I remembered them being there, but I didn't know if it was.
She got a bunch of guineas, and they'd get up in the trees,
Yeah.
and the owls would push them off.
The owls pushed the guineas off?
Yeah, and then eat them.
Oh my goodness.
The owls are real bad about that.
There was a lot of raccoons out there too.
What?
The raccoons?
Yeah.
I remember seeing possums and stuff crossing the roads when we'd go walking. And Fan Button, that horse with the fan on his head. I thought that was a real cute name. Fan Button for a horse. And Poison Ivy. Was it Poison Ivy or Poison Oak?
Oh,
Poison Oak? Yep.
it was real bad.
I remember.
On the creek.
Yeah. Which is where we always wanted to be, by the creek.
I never used to get into it. But Stan did.
Stan did? Who put that rope swing up there?
He did.
He did?
That plane was, he put that up back in the early 40s.
40s? Wow.
When he was a baby. Mama had to leave him for 1.5. While she went to work.
Yeah.
Well, just good. Young old too. But after she left him,
I'll get it.
Well, the aunt to see that
Well, sorry.
could not have killed him.
She what?
She could not have killed him.
Oh, okay.
All for the money.
She what?
For
Spoilt him rotten. How old was he?
Mom come home one day after work. Aunt Bill had it in there on the face. Was having her arm flop.
Beating it to death? When Kevin was little, we had that shop in the back, and he would get things that were broke and take it out there and take them apart and fix them and put them back together.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, Mom, this is broke. Can I go work on it? And he'd usually fix it.
Yeah, I'm good.
And I didn't teach him any of that. I don't know how the heck he got that. What's that other stuff over there?
I don't know, but he didn't taste it.
Well, we probably need to eat something besides the sugar. Get some potatoes or something.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, right there. Right now, food just doesn't taste good.
I know, but you gotta have nutrition. You can't just have sweets. What'd you eat for breakfast?
2 slices of bacon, a slice of toast, and I think mashed potatoes.
It's probably
No.
oatmeal or something.
Huh?
No, mashed potatoes for breakfast? Do you want some cream soda or root beer?
No, I still got.
Still got that? Okay. My foot's falling
don't-
asleep.
I don't know what it is.
Taste all right?
Yeah.
That's good.
So, did you buy my radio?
It's in the top drawer.
Yeah.
Mom said, y'all got old, but you don't have wrinkles like she does.
Because I like the sun.
I've had wrinkles since I was a teenager.
That's because sunshine.
Oh,
The sun does that to you.
well.
There's this one actress that she always wore a big hat and had an umbrella and had gloves.
Oh.
Because she did not want her skin to age. She's
Well, my legs should be fine then. They're white as can be. They don't ever see the sun.
yeah. But that was even in the 50s. I remember that. I think
Remember
her name
once,
was Ava
'cause
Gardner. I'm not
I don't wear hosiery very often, but somebody was like, oh, where'd you get them white stockings? I was like, them's my legs.
That's the way they go.
You laugh and talk about some guy named Jimmy Doug.
Yeah. He what?
He came to see me.
Well, how nice.
Who's that? Jimmy? Who's that? Who is he?
His name is Jamie.
Who is he?
What to go?
Oh,
You remember Tumbleweed Smith? Tumbleweed Smith used to be on the radio. He had a big thing not long ago on no trees. Made it sound like the most cute little wonderland. All the kids. I mean, it was supposed to be.
I went
a
through there
paradise.
recently and it wasn't all that.
Oh my God. It's supposed to be a little paradise. I go, oh, yes.
Tumbleweed Smith.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, what did Jimmy have to say?
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah?
Pretty young. We had all the seven.
Third grade, longer than Mike then.
Uh,
Longer than Mike then.
oh yeah.
And they're talking about how everybody in
School like it. Yeah, talking about it.
Yeah.
that everybody in No Trees had a wonderful community, and I guess so. Everybody.
I think sounds like when he was growing up they did.
It was just what they call a gasoline plant.
I did an
They had
exam.
one right out there on University. They had one. It just like a row of houses.
Oh,
It's just little.
neighborhoods.
Yeah, it's a row of houses. It's supplied by the company.
Mm.
The company houses.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and they're all right there together.
I did a exam on a lady from No Trees, and she said it's changed a lot over the years, but everything does.
There wasn't nothing there. They closed the school and everything else. It was kind of, and Goldsmith was also their own community there. Goldsmith.
Yeah.
It was another gasoline plant.
Did you want to go outside for a while? No?
He might get a wrinkle.
I used to first time up at hell.
Okay. We're not going to rush it. I was just wondering.
I don't feel like
Okay.
it.
You fixing to take a nap? Lay his head down and take a nap. He loves doing that.
I don't do that. I don't know how he does it. He would hurt my back.
I think it's very truthful about it.
It's probably because you have a full tummy. I get where I want a nap when my stomach's full. Tumbleweed Smith wrote about No Trees.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
it's bull. I'm going to read it anyway. This was yesterday, 23 hours ago. He said, I had a heartwarming experience and I wrote about it. The No Trees, Texas reunion. It was kind of like a play. Reminded me a little bit of Thornton Wilder's Our Town. Carrie Peacock served as stage manager and related stories about No Trees, and then called on various members of the audience to share some of their experiences growing up in the small oilfield town with an unusual name. As more stories were told, the years rolled back to a simpler time. She's bringing lunch. Can you move your purse, Mama? Yeah. Thank you. My favorite story was from Betty Lavelle. Do you know her?
what?
Betty Lavelle from No Trees? Do you know somebody named Betty?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Betty Lavelle said when we were in the 5th grade, a boy named James Orr brought a magnifying glass to school. At recess, he somehow pinned a grasshopper to the ground so it wouldn't move, shined the sun's ray through the magnifying glass, fried that grasshopper, and ate it. You know that? Oh my gosh.
I knew that.
You just can't find stories like that every day. It was a congenial group. Many of the 40 people in attendance had remained friends since attending the 6-room schoolhouse in No Trees. The school had 1 grade per room. After the 6th grade, the students were bused to Odessa for junior high and high school. There were stories about Jerry, the school bus driver, about Chief, a ranch foreman, and about Charlie Brown, who named the town and was the first postmaster when the post office was established in 1947. It was a year after you were born. Oil activities picked up in the region, and oil companies established groups of houses called camps for employees and their families. Their houses were on blocks so they could be easily moved from one location to another. That's what he said, Daisy B. And Joe's, they moved it from No Trees
For free.
to Dudley.
For free.
That's the kind of house y'all had then, huh? Yeah. Some windows were painted shut to keep out the blowing sand, but some still sifted through. Soon No Trees had a grocery store, a welding shop, 2 churches, a gas station, and a couple of cafes. Shell Oil had a gas plant that started the growth of the town. At its peak, No Trees had 700 residents. As the oil companies began to leave the school and started using only 3 rooms with 2 grades per room, now the school and post office had closed. There are no stores and only about 5 people live there. Summertime, girls would leave home with a sack lunch and be gone all day, walking around the fields, laughing and playing, coming home in time for supper. Boys hunted jackrabbits and sold them for 15 cents each. Is that true? To companies that made mince meat. Stories about horny toads, coyotes, rattlesnakes, and tarantulas and other critters. Well, that was my childhood too. They told about going to popular landmarks like Shiprock, Blue Mountain, and the Willows. You tell me stories about them. The more stories, the more laughter. This was genuine entertainment, better than some shows charge admission. The day-long event was 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Took place at Odessa's Turner Park in a building that once served as the No Trees Community Center. The walls seemed to reverberate from the howls of laughter the audience provided while listening to the storytellers. It was so much fun and an enriching experience. People came from all over Texas and beyond to attend. The gathering reminded me of a line from our town. This is the way we were.
It's Carrie Peacock.
That's Tumbleweed Smith wrote that. James Holt says, I lived in No Trees in the early 60s. Dad worked at the shell plant. We lived behind the plant. The cafe on the corner, Mr. Wheat next door, and the Sanderfords on the other side. We were based in Goldsmith for school, and Dad drove Charlie Brown on his days off. We believe it was Mr. Tide who had the store. Had buffalo waller behind the house and cherry trees in the yard. Anyway,
Used to you could have cherry trees. It's not
Hey,
as
Charlie Brown,
yeah.
he was a wheeler deer.
He was what?
Wheeler deer.
Okay.
He's got 2 babies. Then went back to show the pencil, go back to losing his house, then he had a
Oh, what happened?
he got the thing.
Oh,
Charlie sends
Put my
him.
money in his.
Charlie still sends him coins and cards and all that stuff for his birthday.
well, that's nice.
But I don't have a phone number for him. And he told me to call Neil, and I can't get a hold of Neil. Charlie's on my Facebook, but
Did you want to try to talk to Nell, or are you talking to her on Messenger?
I cannot talk to him.
Okay.
Can't talk. You can't talk while I'm not
For you to hear? Yeah. He did talk to Stan yesterday with the
do
headphones.
you want us to call and tell him that you're here at Madison? Charlie might want to come see you.
You can.
I don't have Charlie's number. It's on his phone.